Welcome back, fellas, to the Matchmaking podcast, the one and only Dota podcast where three idiots go through all the Dota heroes one by one. We talk about the abilities, we talk about the lore, and we talk about a whole lot more. This week on the dissecting table, Magnus, the boy, the horned man. I love him, you love him, I spam him. How we all doing, Dav, Ali?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you normally introduce us first.
Yeah, so I just got so excited about Magnus. I just like my horn boy. Sorry, yeah, I'm Joe.
I'm Dav.
And I'm Ali.
There we go.
Well, this is a very Joe-heavy episode. I feel we can just actually sit back, Dav, and we can just like chill this episode. I feel like we don't need to do anything.
We've got cams on. I know you can't see the cams, you can only hear us. But I know it sounded like Joe was clapping there, but he wasn't. Just to let you know.
No, that was him falling off his chair.
Yeah. I personally don't get on with playing Magnus myself. No. And being a low Herald, the Magnuses in our game are always terrible. Like, I had one over the weekend. In like a 45-minute game, our Magnus did like 8,000 damage.
I literally played a game of Mag today on a goon stack with Pyrion. I was prepping for this pod. I was doing abilities, checking them out, making sure everything was right with my notes. Get invited in, have a goon game. Stomped it, lads, and I think I've worked out my new Mag build going forward.
What time was it? Was it a lunchtime game?
It was around late after 11 o'clock.
Nice.
11 a.m.
Before we get too off topic, what is a Magnus? What is Magnus, fellas?
What is Magnus? Who is Magnus?
How is Magnus?
What kind of hero is he?
Magnus is an off-lane hero, primarily.
Not a mid? Could be a mid?
It can be played mid. But most played as off-lane, according to the stats.
He's the big old get fight started, stun a lot of lads, disable them.
He's a rhino.
Fun fact, Magnus can disable enemies for a total of like 7 seconds using all his abilities. It's pretty fun if you use them perfectly. It's a lot of disable. It's a lot of movement. It's very cool.
Big team fight.
Really big team fight.
And he looks like a hairy mammoth rhino guy.
Rhino with a horn, 4 legs.
He's a centaur, rhino, mammoth.
Centaur rhino.
Guy, a centaur rhino.
Centaur rhino.
With his locks. Are they locks?
He's got long, luscious locks. He's got like big old braids.
Or is that just a set? I'm not sure.
No, that's default. That's default. He's got those braids.
He can be played POS 4 as well, though.
Yeah, that's true. I have seen a fair amount of POS 4 Magnus in our games recently.
Yeah.
Because, like, you don't really need that much farm. You just need to be able to RP and skewer.
Land your ult.
Yeah.
It's kind of a different way. Like, if you're playing him as a 3 Magnus, you need to do a bit more than just land your ult. But if you're playing a POS 4 Mag, it's more just, okay, we got the threat of this big old ult, which is a massive stun, and we'll get onto it.
Does the stun really quickly? Does the stun go through BKB?
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
Yes.
Enough said.
So you know it's a big old fatty ult when the stun goes through BKB. Yeah. I think most like ult stuns go through BKB. I'm trying to think. You got Black Hole, you got Pulverize. Oh, Ravage doesn't.
The Dismember.
Warlock Golem.
Beastmaster.
Beastmaster.
Bestmaster.
Enigma.
Yeah. Quite a lot of ults that are stuns go through BKB.
Yep.
Sorry, debuff immunity we're meant to say, aren't we? Fucking hell.
Debuff immunity. Yes. Well.
What's that?
Whatever that means. Negate some pure damage, but not all pure damage.
It's like the AD rune.
It hurts. It hurts the old head.
So yeah, Magnus. What's he about? I play him all the time. He's one of my most played heroes, Dav, but I have no idea about the lore.
Wow. Joe, what do you think? You look at him, he's got a horn, looks a bit like a rhino, beefy guy. 4 legs. Who knows what he is?
He's a guy with hands. He's a centauri mammoth rhino guy with a big old horn.
But you have centaurs, don't you? hentai.
Yeah.
You have centaurs.
Hentai.
You have hentor centaurs, yeah. hentor centaurs.
Yeah. So
Centaur hentai, yeah. We've
centaur
all
hentai.
watched centaur hentai.
Mate, I'm sorry, I'm going to Google this right now.
Don't be. It's gonna come up with stuff. You know it's gonna come up with stuff.
There it is. It's on fucking Pornhub as well. Like, that's not even... Let's have a look. Commission.
Dota to Magnus.
Oh, God.
Oh, dear Lord.
God, lucky I remembered I'd got the camera. Oh, God.
That's in our podcast Discord now. That's good. There you go.
Let's have a look. Wait, did you put it in the official one? Or?
dear.
Oh yeah, I put it in general so everyone could see. Yeah.
Who is that?
That's Earthshaker pounding Magnus.
Oh, dear Lord.
That's what that
Is
is.
that Earthshaker?
Yeah.
That doesn't look like a shaker.
It doesn't look... Oh, God, I'm seeing the penis. Yeah.
Right, delete that. Delete that. Deleting that before the mods and the studio staff see that. Yep.
Do you want to guess?
Oh God.
Do you want to guess the law?
Go on, then. I think he's a knight or some form of, like...
I could see that.
Warrior... I don't know, horse thing.
He's got the voice of a knight.
Knight? Some kind of warrior horse thing.
Yeah, because he always has a spear or a hammer.
Yeah.
I'm just
True.
going off my cosmetics.
Yeah.
So he is very fighty, and there's a cool cosmetic set. I don't know if this has anything to do with the lore, where he is very dressed up, like in awesome armor. And it's called the Defenders, like, set. The Defenders of Matriarch. It's very cool. I like it.
So he's a knight of Matriarch. Is that what you're saying?
Let's go with that then. The Might of the Galloping Avenger. Wait, I've just seen this set. He's an Avenger. I take it back. He's paired up with Iron Man.
Oh,
I'm going with that. It actually, the set looks really bad, actually. I'll just click.
looks shit.
That's all right.
No,
I
it
don't
looks
like the
so
back.
bad.
No, that's fine.
I hate the back.
No, but you've got to think of it from a bird's eye perspective. That's kind of
Yeah,
cool. He's
I've
got,
looked
like, a
at the
shield.
top perspective in the gallery.
I like it.
Oh, I don't.
I'm going to
I
buy this
really-
set and equip it just to annoy you. 'Cause
I
like
know.
it.
You
Okay,
are.
how much does it cost? How much are we talking?
Buy in store now. Buy on the market. Here we go. £1 85 pence.
Fair enough.
Bargain. If we buy it all up.
Not again. Not again.
Wait, how's the IO stonks going?
Oh, yeah, we
it's
should-
been a while. Should we
Did
check?
it go up? IO
What was it called?
It's like the only skin that you can buy. Altar Ball. How much was it? I think it was like a couple of quid, like £1.90.
It's now 241.
Okay.
It's gone up a little bit then.
It's got, and this is in like the markets all over the place because
Yeah.
you get your skins from the special event, the caravans, the skins market.
It's in shambles.
It's true. All right then. Okay. Now I'm saying he's an Avenger. Okay, that's your.
Yeah, so I'm going with what's his name? Tony Hawk's Iron Patriot. That's the one. Isn't
Tony
it?
Hawk.
Tony Hawk.
Oh, is it Tony Hawk? Tony Stark. Same
Tony Hawk.
person.
Tony Hawk's pro skater, pro Magnus.
Tony Hawk's Pro Iron Man Magnus 3.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Tony Hawk. So he's skateboarding.
Yeah. He's a skateboarding nut.
Yeah, he's skateboarding
When
away.
he's skewering, I guess he's kind
He's
of
on a
like
skateboard.
He's on a
skateboarding.
skateboard.
Yeah. Maybe those little heelys, the wheelies. Remember?
Oh, he's
those?
got Heelys in his feet.
Oh, he's got
That would make a lot of
and
sense.
that's why he can move so quick. I'm liking this. He's got Heelys.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Magnus, I think, is a condom salesman.
Okay.
Magnus took part of his name, put it towards his brand of Magnum, because after you have sex with Magnus, you go numb. It's Magnum. He put the two together. You want to go Magnum, but you got to be safe. You don't, because he said always says, "Behold my horn,
Yeah.
behold my horn." And so you don't want to injure anyone when you're getting horned. So you got to put some protection on that horn. So you put on this big old rubber horn protector.
Well, to be fair, as a condom salesman, you'd want to show off the size of the condom, especially
And
if
how
they're
big they can go. Show that
it's-
they're for everyone.
It's an issue that I can't personally find condoms big enough, you know?
No,
if-
I can only just about get it up to my eyebrows, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
and then it breaks.
But he would then he would then show up. He would be like, "Look how big it is," and he can put it on his horn to show it off.
Yeah,
'cause he's not gonna get erect and put it on. That's just like he's gonna get arrested, right?
Yeah, and it's a safety thing for demoing other horn activities.
Yeah,
if he wants to horn a friend but doesn't want to injure them to prevent any horn transmitted diseases.
Well, it's quite out there. Both are incorrect.
Shame.
It is a Monday, so I'm a bit tired today. I've tried my best to read. I normally write notes, but instead I just copy pasted everything onto a document, and I'm just gonna kind of.
That's my excuse for Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna kind of make it up from reading here. Right, Magnus.
Nice.
Magnus.
Yeah.
He's not a centaur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is a Magnossauroi.
I always just said, not a Magnossaurus.
The Magnossauroi.
I hate Magnossauroi.
There's some shit about like WOOOO. They're like a race of lupine-like beings, and some kind of war against like Legion Commander. There's like a bunch of different shit going on, but I just didn't have time to read through all of that. So he doesn't
Our
like
lore guy, everyone.
he doesn't like Legion Commander, and Legion Commander doesn't like WOOOO, and this doesn't matter anyway. This is way too deep into Magnus. He's a Magnossauroi. Magnossauroi. That's his race. Now they live on this mountain called Mount YAAAASSS.
Lacking
What? I'm lacking what? Sorry?
lack of law.
I'm lacking lore in this episode.
Lorlac. Mount YAAAASSS, it's called. JOERLAK. And home to the Magnossauroi. But obviously, not only do you have the Magnossauroi there, but you have the stinky humans, like proper Avatar-style dickhead humans that no one likes.
Like Legion.
Like Legion. Ugh. And the WOOOO. Yay, I think, probably.
WOOOO are like beastmen, right? Is that what WOOOO is?
Yes, they're beastmen.
It's like a humanoid beastie boy. It's a furry. A WOOOO is a furry.
A furry, yeah. Okay.
Cool.
I don't want to be pro-furry. Just putting it out there. So, yeah, these like Avatar-like bad humans are hunting the Magnossauroi because of their horn. Like classic killing elephant story. We've all heard it before.
Yeah. All rhinos. More.
And yeah, rhinos and shit, elephants and all that jazz. So Magnus, he's got the biggest horn of all the Magnossauroi. The girthiest.
Carve that down into something substantial, if you know what I mean.
Mate, like he's so many piano keys and shit. That's what like it's like elephant tusks, right? Piano keys.
Yeah.
Ivory. And so the humans would try and hunt Magnus with his giant girthy horn, and he would just kill him constantly, just killing him. He's sticking up and protecting his race, and he's like not worried. It's fun for him. He's such a beast. Imagine that, him skewering like these humans, and then the matriarch one day said, "Oh, Magnus, I think we should all move. Like, this is getting too dangerous. Because the humans are trying to hunt us." And Magnus said, "Nah, definitely not. Because Magnossaurus do not believe in chance, nor does it ever change its mind." Which I think it's a wild thing.
Sorry, what?
So, as a race, they never change their mind, and they don't believe in chance.
So he ain't going to a casino anytime soon.
He's definitely not going to a casino. Not a gambler at all. Would never gamble. Not even like a
They're stubborn and they only believe in themselves.
But they never change.
Do they
their
believe
mind.
in fate? Is that what they believe in? Fate?
Don't know.
If they don't believe everything happens for a reason.
No.
What's the Instagram quote to sum up a Magnus?
I'm trying to think of something witty.
Yeah, and we'll cut it to make it sound really quick.
It's so really quick.
No.
Anything funny? I'm trying to think of like live, laugh, love, but like
But horn related. Horn chants.
Fuck Legion or something like that.
Live, laugh, horn obscure. Yeah.
Horn. Yeah, exactly. That's it. Exactly that. Exactly that.
Yep.
Anyway, so they were gonna leave the mountain. But the matriarch said, "Let's leave," and then Magnus was like, "No, we will stay because we do not believe in chance, or we never change our mind." Horn toss skewer. Okay, and then after that, the fucking mountain, the volcano in the mountain erupted.
Right.
It erupted. Magnus said, "Let's stay on the volcano," and then it fucking erupted out of nowhere. Everyone died. Everyone died.
Everyone died?
Perfect.
Well, half of his kin dies. Half of these Magnosseroi are dead. So Magnus did actually change his mind because they had to fucking leave. So they ran away, running from the volcano lava going down like really fast. And what do they come across? What's stopping them? A bunch of fucking angry humans with spears wanting to hunt them. So they're like, shit, what do we do now? We either get burnt by the lava, we fight these humans with spears, yeah?
Skate over them. Do a kickflip.
Did they skewer past?
It says here now, yeah, the elders, mothers and calves all die. Boom. They all die. They all
just die.
And then they go and fight these humans, and mate, like basically everyone dies. Yeah, but like some people survive, obviously, but basically everyone dies. Pretty sad.
Damn.
Christ.
Pretty sad. And then after that, Magnus, who doesn't believe in chance, or does he ever change his mind, goes to hunt everyone who's responsible for the eruption, and watch them die upon his horn. And again, it says, "For a Magnosseros does not believe in chance." It says it again. It's obsessed with that. But, okay, I looked into it a little bit, and why did the volcano erupt? And there's a few theories. God. I don't know if you remember it for episode 1, but remember Razzle tried to turn a mountain into gold, but it went wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is it that?
Alk tried to transmute a mountain into gold.
Could have been that. Yeah, that could be it.
Okay.
The other thing is part of his lore, the Magnus, is he uses the volcano. He's like learned to channel its power, and that's why he can do this mad shit like the RP and horn toss and all that jazz. So he took it too far, and it was his fault.
It's like when you're in game and you mash your alt button and then the cancel button. So he was just Afghan the jungle going, just spam cancelling his alt. And then when he eventually hit it, volcano eruption.
Mate, it says here, Magnus fights with the fury of the erupting Mount YAAAASSSS.
That is true.
So
is he one with the mountain and the mountain's one with him?
It's kind of like Avatar style, I guess.
He's connected to the mountain.
He's like an earthbender, but for the mountain only.
But Magnus is convinced that someone was behind the eruption. But there was this comment on Reddit of, "Now Magnus roams the world searching for the mysterious..."
Sorry, we're relying on Reddit now for the lore.
Mate,
perfect.
We're relying on Reddit for all of the lore. Yeah, putting it out there.
Okay.
Now Magnus roams the world searching for the mysterious cause of the eruption. Some way to take vengeance. Some way to stop the nightmares. But deep down, he knows that he alone is to blame, and he will carry this burden to his grave. Kind of true, because they should have left the volcano. They should have left.
Yeah.
Chilling, like pretty like common knowledge. You don't want to like. Especially when you're getting hunted by humans. It was stubborn and dumb and, like, probably is his fault. That's it, lore-wise. Just a little thing to add is he's got a really long in-the-bag voice line.
Is it as long as Skyrim? I play Magnus all the time, but I never use it's in the bag. Okay, I always forget to predict.
This is it. It's one of the longest, if not the longest. "Since I vowed to reclaim our homeland, I have never made a stauncher oath, but I swear this one is in the bag." That's long.
So
I think Sky's is longer.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sky's is just so too long.
Sky just goes on a fucking rampage of just saying utter shit.
It lasts
and then
like
eventually goes...
I do declare by something up my asshole, and then I will juggle 3 oranges at the same time while also doing something with my feet. I declare that I could possibly win this game and in fact put this one near or around or perhaps in the bag.
You're not that far off. That's the actual one from... found it.
From the ghastly ire, I can see to the ends of the world, and from this vantage point, I declare with utter certainty that this one is in the bag.
There you go. Some utter crap.
Why was it Welsh? Why was it Welsh? What the hell?
Yeah, true. But all I need to say is it's in the bag. No one gives a fuck. It's in the bag.
That's
No one needs
true.
to say it. Just shut the fuck up. Just
it's
put
in
it in.
the bag.
Just put it in and just do it. And maybe don't talk about it. Just put it in.
Just fucking go on all chat and say F you, MF dogs, GG.
Good luck next.
GG.
GL
It's like what everyone thinks of the law in Crownfall is
skip.
don't care, skip.
Give me
I
a
haven't
hand.
read a single second of the law.
Beyond the comic, right?
But is it like in the Crownfall? I haven't read any of it. Apparently it's just you just cold calling a bunch of people and getting told to go away.
Yeah, and come back later, and later never comes.
Hey, also, give me a fucking candle. Why can't I've just completed it. Give me a candle. Anyway. So that's it. Anything else you want to add? Probably not. His voice actor is the same voice actor as Nyx Assassin and Visage. It's Dempsey Papillon. He's in La La Land as Seb's jazz club employee. War of the Worlds, he played Man in Basket. The Lorax, second commercial guy.
Nice.
Been in a few bits.
I feel like La La Land is quite a big accomplishment. Isn't that quite a big film?
Yeah. Who is he in La La Land? Oh, the employee at the jazz club.
Do you know who that is?
I didn't have a name.
remember it completely.
Didn't have a name, but I remember. I remember his face.
Okay, big one. He was in All Grown Up, which is the Rugrats spin-off when they're in
Oh, hell yeah.
high school, and he played Daryl. And Daryl is who Angelica has a crush on.
Oh my God.
I was meant to be working today, and I was just ended up watching half an episode of that. So that's it.
I do think War of the Worlds Man and Basket is...
Yeah, that's...
I think that's up there.
I was actually Man in Basket in War of the Worlds. Yeah. My friend was in Harry Potter, and in the credits he was slightly creepy guy.
Slightly creepy guy.
Slightly creepy, awkward guy, I think.
That was their name.
That was their name in the credits, yeah.
That is some good credit.
Claim to fame.
No, slightly creepy boy.
Slightly creepy boy.
And then, mate, it's in Reddit. Someone did Reddit saying, why is Michael Corner slightly creepy boy?
It is funny how they had to come up with names for characters that have like a line or something.
Yeah.
Rather than just like boy 1, boy 2.
Isn't it like a certain amount of lines or something?
I think it's just one line.
Credits.
I think it's just one line.
Is it just one?
I feel like nowadays, if
3.
it's one line, you have to give them like a description, because otherwise you lose track.
Oh, okay.
So like Man in Basket.
Man in Basket.
Man in Basket.
Slightly creepy boy.
Can you make, like, at what level does it just get offensive? Like, really ugly, overweight, bad skin,
I think you
greasy
described
hair,
the role
fat guy.
rather than the person. I don't think you're giving the person like a description of them. I think it's meant to be the character.
Boring, uncharismatic, ugly kid.
Bad actor.
Bad.
Terrible
actor in scene 3.
Parents are divorced and mum's in debt.
Oh dear Lord.
Anyway,
I'm trying to think of a segue to the abilities, but I can't.
That was such a shock to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let me. What is
yeah.
the name of the first ability, Joe?
Yes, Ali. Thank you for that.
That was the shittest segue. I could
Slam
ever-
dunk of
It
a
was just in
segue.
front
That
of
was
me.
good. That was good. God.
His first ability.
I'm really horny and I'm tossing off right now.
Well, hold your tossing off, Dav, because we'll get to that later.
Okay.
We are going to start with Ali's shock. Hold your tossing off because that might shock us. Thanks, Ali.
Yeah, perfect.
Speaking of shocking, let's talk about his first ability, Shockwave. There we go. Congrats, guys. We got
Easy.
that. We did it.
We're
I
on
love
it.
how-
We're on it today.
Like a game show host.
Now, I will say, I have officially made my Liquipedia account.
Oh.
And this is the first one I have edited the numbers in to update them because there was some out-of-date information on the Wikipedia. The Liquipedia.
Nice.
So you can now call me Joe, as seen on Liquipedia edit page, Hickson.
What's your username?
It's Joe Hickson.
Oh, do you not want to do like Fanny Hunter or something?
No, because I keep that in my downtime private.
Okay.
It's a hobby, not a profession. So, keep it on the DL.
Yeah, you did go pro for a little bit, but anyway, sorry. I'm done. I'm tired.
Anyway.
I'm tired.
You're tired.
It's a Monday.
Yeah. Shockwave's first ability, he slams his big old spear into the ground and sends out a big old lightning shockwave in a straight line. How would that tie into the lore, Dav? Would you know? Would you know what that actually is? Is it something about the mountain and his relationship with the mountain?
He's like channeling the mountain, the volcano. He's kind of Avatar style, like the tree.
Right.
But obviously, instead of the tree like helping him, the volcano just killed them all.
So I guess this volcano must be fucking massive to the fact that he can use it in the Dota world as well.
Yeah,
Unless the
it's like-
volcano's in the Dota map and it's just somewhere there.
Oh,
You
no,
know,
it's
there's
not in
lava.
the It's not in the Dota map. I don't think.
There's lava in the Dota map. You don't know.
Yeah, but that's a different plane, isn't it? That's like the Dota world is separate to everyone else's world.
Maybe.
But he just channels like kind of the magnet. He just channels the power of the mountain.
So
If anyone disagrees with me, just comment. Give us a 5-star rating and comment on.
And say that Dav, you're wrong.
Dav is wrong.
Yeah.
And
But great.
which they
content.
won't
And update the wiki
Nevertheless.
for us. Yeah, thank you.
Nevertheless.
So he hits the ground with his pole, sends out a big old nuking shockwave. It does a big old chunk of damage. Starts at 90, goes up to 300, which is pretty nice. 300 damage.
solid nuke.
Does a slow, 75% movement slow for 0.9 seconds. So basically a full second. And the fun thing about it is it pulls enemies a little bit backwards. So kind of towards where the shockwave was sent from, it pulls them towards that point, which is fun. It moves them around half the width of a tower's distance. Sorry, I'll put it in terms you can understand. Half the girth of a tower in distance.
Half the girth of the tower.
Yeah. So it's about it's about that. It's kind of like
It's just a little bit.
you can imagine the tower, imagine half the tower's width. It's that much you get pulled back by.
It's that. But it's a nice pull. Movement. Easy.
When someone's trying to run away from you, yoink them back. So yeah, nice nuke, nice slow. It's got some talents as well.
Good for farming.
Good for farm. I like it for farming. It's pretty all right. Talents as well, amp it up a bit. It's got a talent that amps up the damage, putting up to 425 damage.
Very nice.
And also there's an upgrade for the slow, which makes it a 1.4 second slow.
Wait, is that 425 each?
Hold up, Dav. Hold up, we're not there yet. That's Hold up. I mean, we'll
He's
get there
jumping
now.
the gun there.
Because Dav's saying each way. So the shockwave has a shard upgrade, right? Which means kind of doubles the length of this shockwave as well. Well, maybe not quite double, but extends it. So base shockwave, its length is about half a screen width, basically. And then with the shard, it's kind of just over half a screen's width. Or length, I guess. The screen width as length.
Girth.
But the cool thing about the shard for this is after it hits that endpoint, it comes back to where it was sent from. So it hits twice. On the return, it does 75% of the damage. So not full damage, but does the full slow and the same pullback as well in the same direction. It doesn't like pull them back the opposite way. When the shockwaves go in the opposite way, it pulls them back again. So you get like a full tower's pullback distance and a big old hunky slow. I mean, it's a 3-second slow basically at that point. A 3-second, 75% movement slow, which is pretty good.
That is pretty nice.
You can hit a lot of lads with it because it's not like it looks like a single point line, but it's quite wide. Like the AoE like hitbox of this
girthy
shockwave is girthy. It's as girthy as Magnus's horn, man. Like it's long and girthy.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it. It's one of my
Your favorite ability.
It's one of my favorite abilities. I love the shard. I think it's underrated. I don't know why the pros don't get it. It's so fucking good. It's so fucking good. So I did the maths. I crunched the numbers. I realized this is going to be very much an episode of me just being excited about Magnus. So stop me at any point to ask questions or interject with anything. But fully buffed up Mag with the shard. If he hits twice with it, the shockwave does 743 damage.
Okay.
It's a lot. It's a lot. It's basically a 3-second slow, pulls them back, and it's only got a 10-second cooldown. It's nuts. It's so cheap to spam. It's like no mana, it's 75 mana, 10-second cooldown max level. It wrecks shit up. I don't know why more people don't get it.
What do you do get it? Oh, what, just the shard?
Yeah. It's just so strong. It's so strong that he has got other abilities. I mean, but I like it. I like it a lot.
Sexy, hot, nice. I like it. I hate it though. Not when it's against me.
Yeah.
Play Magnus is annoying.
Yeah.
And like
I don't play against like a shockwave as much with the shard. I don't see Magnuses get it. I really don't.
Yeah, but with the Tormy, anything's possible, you know?
With the Tormy,
that's true. With the Tormy, everything is possible.
I believe in the Tormy. The reason I think people don't get the axe shard, is because of his second ability. So his second ability, Empower, it's a point target spell. It's a point target buff. So you can cast it on yourself. You can cast it on your friends. You can cast it on creeps, friendly creeps. You can cast it on friendly creeps. Empower, it gives you bonus damage and cleave. So it starts at 16%. It goes all the way up to 40, and that's on the bonus damage and the cleave. So level 1, 16% bonus damage on your right clicks, and 16% cleave, all the way up to 40%. And the talent.
16% cleave. What does that mean?
You know, like when you get a Battle Fury?
Yeah, but is it only 16% damage?
16% of your damage as cleave.
What's Sven's cleave?
200?
So Sven does more damage.
Sven does 100% cleave.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it goes up to 125.
Okay.
So 50% ain't bad with talents as well. So 40% and 50% with talents. And you can cast it on your friends.
Yeah, that's huge.
One of my favorite abilities.
I think this is why people don't get the shard or don't prioritize the shard upgrade on Mag, because he's so good at right-clicking with this Empower ability.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which makes sense.
One of my favorite abilities as having a Magnus on your team, you get 40% bonus damage and cleave.
The farming so much quicker.
Yeah, but that's only if he puts it on you.
True.
Yeah, but you scream at your Magnus player until they put it on you.
Yeah. Ping, 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 ping.
How long does it last for? Sorry? You play with randos and they just ping you constantly when you have it ready to go. It lasts 35 seconds.
Hell yeah.
And then like extra 10 seconds with the talent. Level 10 talent, extra 10 seconds. It's pretty good.
It's super nice. And like before the fight, it just gives you 40% like bonus damage for that fight. And it's so nice. It's one of the best.
On a PA, What about if you're PA and you've got Battle Fury and then you get cleave and then you get the cleave?
Yeah.
Then it adds? Does
extra
it
cleave?
Yep.
It adds stat.
Yep.
So what is Battle Fury's cleave?
According to Dota buff, it does 70% of attack damage in a physical cone and deals 40% damage to creeps.
Same as Liquipedia.
Okay,
I mean, we should just have the game open to check this rather than check.
We should, but none of us have the game open.
So that gives PA. That would give PA 120% cleave.
Pretty nice.
Pretty cool.
So one extra fun thing about the Empower though is when Magnus applies it to himself, he gets an additional 50% larger bonus. So a 50% larger bonus than the percentage. So that means like when it's 40%, he'll get an extra 20%. So he gets 60%. When it's 50%. He gets an extra 25%, so he gets 75%. So it's better than Battle Fury for Magnus.
What a Chad. Who was kicking off at you for not getting in power first, or for getting in power first?
Pyrion used to shout at me for not getting in power level 1.
Level 1?
Yeah, he used to.
Now
he
he doesn't question mark you, and now has a special clip. Insert clip now of Joe. You don't have to if you don't want to, but
I'm
this
not
would be like the one YouTube
Just go in
video.
Pyrion's chat and do !! Joe Mag.
Yeah, and that will summarize it.
Yeah.
Although I did fuck up today. I landed the perfect five-man RP, skewered them all back towards under our tower, forgetting we had Disruptor in the game. And I just skewered them all away from the Disruptor ring and ult as it went down.
Oh, well.
No, that's on the Disruptor for not knowing.
Come on, Disruptor. I bet the Disruptor was a dirty little noob as well.
Voila. So Pyrion's wrong. Nothing new there.
Yep.
Nothing new there. Yeah, pretty pog ability, pretty boring, pretty pog. Another thing I like doing on it, which I don't see enough players doing, is I think it's because we are quite often behind in our games and we're going, shit guys, split the map, cut creeps, get out of there. What I like to do is I hide off on like one of the side lanes, I empower the creep wave, right?
Wait, is it AoE?
No, you can just empower a creep. You empower the creep. So I empower one creep on the creep wave. Normally I try and get the banner creep if I can.
Yeah.
And so it pushes out extra hard. And as the creeps are cleaving, it gets all of them quite low quite quickly. I can use my Q from the bushes, shunt it out, and I farm all the camps on the top or the bottom along this wave. And then I'm farming all the creep wave, but I'm not showing on the map.
Yeah, that's clever. That's too
and it
clever.
shunts in. It shunts in super quick as well with the cleave.
That's big brain.
Huge brain Magnus shit right here.
That's mad.
Big brain Magnus.
So I'm always getting shouted at, Joe, what are you doing up there? You're in a crazy place. I'm like, not even showing on wave, mate. And I'm killing their tier 2. Yeah. And then you empower the Carty, take that tower down, and you're just in the bushes waiting to get out of there when someone TPs, obviously. But speaking of getting out of there, lads, next ability, Skewer. The Healy's ability, the Healy's, the Ramaroo.
Okay, where?
It's Tony Hawk's skateboard.
Tony Hawk's.
Tony Stark pro skater.
Tony
Stark's pro skater. Tony Stark's pro wheelies.
Tony Proc.
Tony Proc Stark wheelies. Right.
It's been a long day.
Pro Skewer pro Starker 4.
Yeah.
This is basically, it's just a big old charge. He's a galomping little Magnus horse boy. And he charges a point. You click a point, he charges towards it.
Galomping.
And he has free movement. He charges down trees. He has a great old time. And he drags any enemy with him. Not all enemies, just like the heroes. So not creeps and stuff, but just the enemy heroes. He'll galump them with us on his horn. He'll skewer them all up and plop them where he lands.
Yeah.
It's great. He moves pretty quick. He moves at like 950 move speed.
How many CMs is that?
I think that's
like four.
That's almost 4 CMs. Yeah,
4 CMs.
4 CMs an hour. Okay.
4 CMs a minute. But yeah, so he drags lads along with him and sort of skewers them on his horn, but he doesn't have to touch them with his horn to hit them with the skewer, right? So it's basically if you touch Magnus at all, you get dragged into the skewer. So you can be touching his butt and you're going to get skewered. So if he's about to hit off a skewer, get away from that ass because he'll horn you.
What? So if you kind of walk into the skewer, the back end of the skewer,
any part of the mag, if you touch any part of the mag, you're getting brought along for the ride.
What? And then you all end up at the same spot.
Yeah. You'll get in front of at the same.
Yeah.
As soon as you touch the mag as he's skewering, you get walloped to his front end.
Didn't know that, but now I do.
So yeah, it makes it interesting. So you can sometimes like line up a backward skewer on someone when they're not in front of you if you're quick enough. It's hard to do, but yeah, good for repositioning lads.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's basically the same range as like a blink dagger at max level ish. It's kind of like
that's a long range, big range.
Yeah. It's kind of like half a screen's width. So you can sort of use your shockwave as like an estimate of. I mean, you can pretty much use it as an exact estimate of where you'll end up. If you send your shockwave out, you'll see it on the ground. You go, okay, if I skewer, that's where I'll end up at the very end.
But we learnt this when you taught me how to play Magnus, or tried to.
Yeah.
The short dick skewers. Because there's a maximum skewer area, But it's not like you just go into the direction. You have to
click the point you want to skewer to. So you can do a short dick skewer, but you can't just skewer for infinite. There'll be a cutoff point.
Yeah, but it'll be like if you just put the arrow in front of you, you'll go to that arrow. It won't just automatically go the top.
It won't go to the long bit. No, I feel you there.
Yeah, I still do it. I still do it as well.
Yeah, it is very annoying.
Yeah, sometimes it's fine just to cancel a TP because it counts to disable. It counts as a TP.
Yeah.
You get tipped by everyone as well.
Yeah, embarrassing. But yeah, when you're done skewering as well, all the enemies are kind of just in front of you. So the range is 1,400, but your enemies are kind of placed like a little bit in front of you, like an arm's stretch. So you can like use it for putting people up cliffs if you want to. So like if you want to skewer someone up a cliff, you don't click on the cliff, you click right next to the cliff.
So
you can do tricksy stuff with it. But quite often when I try to do that, I end up screwing myself onto the cliff either way. And then they're off the cliff and then they run away. It's very embarrassing.
And then you get reported.
And I get tipped and reported.
And then you get called a dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kurva.
And that's why if you don't level skewer, no one can...
True.
Exactly.
No one can tip you.
But yeah, and then he also has talents that upgrades the distance for it, so he can go even further on his skewery little journey. He also got talents to reduce the cooldown because it's 16 seconds by default at max level, and then goes down to 9 with the talent, which is nice, pretty good. Just wall up and around the fights,
charge around.
But on top of all this movement, lads, does a bit of damage. Or it does a bit of damage. It does, and this is a fun little change there. So it does a flat bit of damage. Does 280. At max level, starts at 70, goes up to 280, but it also does a percentage of the distance you move those enemies as damage. So starting at 6% goes up to 15% damage. So the short dick skewer won't do much, but a long dick skewer will do a lot of damage. And also does a slow, which is an extra little thing. Stops lads running away from you after you've hoofed them around. Does a 3.25 second slow, which starts at 20% and then goes up to 50%. So this guy does a lot of slowing. Does a lot of slowing. A lot of galomping around, a lot of slowing. Any mountain lore with the skewer dev?
Do you know what? I think the skewer, there's literally no lore at all. I did have
I'm not surprised. I'm honestly not surprised.
I did have a look. Blah, la, 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 la.
He just skewers. He just runs through and hits
He's a skewer boy.
I mean, he's all about his big horn, so I guess that's why he can fit so many lads on the end of it.
To be honest, the skewer is the lore is just the skewer, isn't it? He just fucking runs.
The lore is the skewer.
That's just the lore, though.
The lore of the skewer.
He just runs with his horn.
Horn out.
Soak your horn in. Oh no, that is Grimstroke.
Never run with your horn out. It's like running with scissors. It's dangerous, man.
Yeah. I didn't even think about it. Behold the horn of Magnus. Ah, does it not dazzle and delight you?
Okay, if you had to have an appliance as a horn, what would you go for? Like, would you go for scissors, spoon, fork? What do you think would actually be useful if you had to have like some sort of simple appliance on your forehead?
Not a knife. Nothing sharp.
No.
I want one of those hamster bottles.
What, and just fill it up? Yeah.
I fill it up and I'll just have like a water bottle on my head that I can drink from when I want to. I think it'll be quite handy.
Water bottle.
A pen? Pen would be quite handy.
That could be pretty good. You'd never be... You ever have it like where you're on a journey and then someone's like, you got to fill out this form before you proceed.
But instead of ink, you have blood on it.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
You write
I guess it would, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Would my water be filled up with my own water? Would I have to drink the water to fill it up in my hamster bottle, forehead bottle?
Why is your ink white? Just grab it for a second. Yeah, yeah. Cool. All right.
So yeah, don't skewer with scissors.
Nope.
Yeah. Be careful while skewering.
His ultimate now. This isn't his last ability because he still has an axe that we'll get onto. Or should we do it now? Fuck it. We'll do the axe now, and then we'll get onto his ult. Because his axe kind of works quite nicely with the skill. I call it the fishing ability. It's the horn toss. The axe, the horn toss. This is one of the things I had to change on the wiki, by the way, because it was listed as the Ag Shard. I'm like, it's not the Ag Shard, mate. It's the full Ags.
Wait, but did it used to be the Ag Shard?
It used to be the Ag Shard, but
be.
there was a TI where Collapse made the Shard look so OP. It is so OP.
Yeah.
But Collapse just got it every game and walloped lads with it, doing this beautiful, beautiful plays over and over. Horn toss. Magnus horn toss. You toss people with your horn. Imagine he's got a big old shovel in front of him. It's a big wide angle shovel, and he scoops everyone up in front of him and plonks them behind him, basically setting them up for a skewer. So it's kind of the strategy. You blink in, use your horn toss, you plonk all the lads who are in front of you behind you, and you skewer all those lads back to your team. That's the combo. So you hoof them up in the air, they're flying through the air, 0.6 seconds going, I'm in the air. They land, they're stunned for 0.75 seconds, totaling a 1.35 seconds of disable, and then you wallop them back.
Hell yes.
It's pretty cool.
Search, honestly, do it. Search Joe Mag, Perion. Just search it.
It's not even that good. This clip we're on about, it's not even that good a play.
Search it right now, or if it was in I watched Seb. Do you know the Seb clip? I watched that earlier, and I was like, do you know what? It's not even that good.
Not even.
He just calls 2 people, 3 people. Like, it's not that good.
But the casting is iconic.
I know, but it's not that good. I'm thinking, Joe, honestly, if you're listening to this now,
I'm professional TI player.
Yeah.
Search right now, Joe Mag Perion. If that was in TI, they would be going nuts.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be because the players wouldn't have grouped in such an easy 5-man clump from Magnus to fuck up.
They grouped for Seb, didn't they?
They grouped for Seb. Anyway, Horn Toss also does a bit of damage, does 275 damage. And it does this regardless of where they are. So even if you're not scooping them to plonk them behind you, they'll still take the damage. So if they're already behind you, they'll take that damage, which I didn't know about until
I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Well,
so it does the damage regardless of where they are. So it's just a small AoE, but if they're not in front of you, this will take the damage. So yeah, pretty cool. I have got mixed feelings about this though. From playing today, I've got mixed feelings about this because Harpoon is in the game. And so half the point of the Ags is that you blink in and you're basically fishing for lads to bring them back to you. Harpoon essentially does the same thing but easier. It has a bigger AoE catch range. You can drag lads towards you and it plonks them next to you ready to skewer back. So it's single target. It can't be like mass target.
But that's the whole point about the horn toss is great because you can get multiple targets, right?
True.
Yeah, you can
get everyone.
It sets you up for a team fight.
You're gonna want to get more than one person in your horn toss if possible.
Yeah, and I think you can sort of escape a harpoon a lot easier because the cast time is a lot longer, whereas the horn toss is pretty quick. It's like 0.2 seconds.
It doesn't pierce BKB then, right?
No. But what does Dav is his ult.
Yeah? Give it to us, Joe.
Reverse polarity. Oh my god. He swings his spear in the air and he goes whoop, bam, slams the ground and sucks everyone around him just in front of him. And it's so juicy and they're all stunned. They take a fuck ton of, well, not a fuck ton of damage. They take a little bit of damage. They take a little trickle of damage, but it's a BKB.
They take a fuck ton of damage. Well, not that much damage. Take a little bit of damage.
It looks fucking cool.
Trickle of damage.
For the particle effect, there should be a lot more damage. It's only 75 damage level 1 and up to 225 damage. It's not much damage, but they are stunned through debuff immunity up to 4.3 seconds with a talent. So level 1, 2.5, max level 3.5, extra level 25 talent, 4.3 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Pretty fucking juicy.
Also, for everyone else, reverse polarity is RP.
RP, yeah.
As we have all been saying RP throughout this entire podcast, and RP means reverse polarity.
But everyone calls it.
The thing
everyone
is,
does.
They don't know, because we quite often get comments on our live streams going, "What is RP?" And they go, "I don't understand. Why are they talking about roleplay throughout playing this game? Why do they keep talking about roleplay?"
Yeah, but
I guess he's playing the role of the mountain. He's one with the mountain, channels the mountain. He's role playing as the mountain and channels the volcano. Uses the energy of Mount. What was it? Yorlak. Is that the law? It's just more channeling earthquake, volcano shit to move people.
channeling earthquake volcano shit, I guess.
I like the idea that he's actually just kind of scooping everyone up with his spear, but he does it so quickly that you can't see it. And they all get whiplash when they land.
Well, this is my issue with the horn toss. It's not actually a horn toss. He uses his spear. I don't know if you can see,
exactly.
He does
his
head.
bit of headed movement. He goes,
but he's doing it with a spear. He's shoveling with a spear. The horns, maybe he's like bonking a little bit further.
Maybe he called his spear horn.
Could be. No, but he doesn't.
No, but he doesn't. Yeah. So yeah, big old debuff immunity piercing stun in a massive fat AoE, approximately 6 Magnuses wide.
Girth.
Big
That's
girthy.
pretty good.
Pretty girthy.
Mate,
Plump
the
'em
girth
up.
is pretty girthy, isn't it? That's like that's Magnum condom.
That's a Magnum ult right there.
Yeah, it's a Magnum ult.
Yeah.
So yeah, I said it gets amped up with a talent at 25 that increases the stun duration, but it's got some other talents as well, which is very
Joe's looking confused.
nice. Sorry, I'm checking my notes. Which is very nice.
Joe's looking confused at the camera.
Yeah.
So the other talent Magnus has for RP is a level 15 talent. That means he gets extra stats for heroes hit with RP. So you get 10 of each attribute for every hero hit. So you can get a max of 50 attributes with an RP of every attribute. So that's an extra 50 strength, 50
For how long?
intelligence, and 50 agility. I forgot the other 2 after strength. That's so
For
embarrassing.
how long do you have it for?
For 15 seconds.
Pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
That's pretty nice.
So I crunched the numbers, lads.
Yeah.
I crunched the numbers on what this actually means. 10 attributes? What does it actually mean for a Magnus, right? 10 attributes of each. But what happens if you land the perfect 5-man RP? This is best case scenario. Magnus landing a fatty ult on all 5 heroes as a universal hero, mind. So he benefits, his damage benefits from every attribute. If he lands a 5-man RP, Magnus will get an additional 105 damage for 15 seconds. Which is the equivalent to 5 claymores and then an extra 5 damage. Which is 6,750 gold that he just gets for 15 seconds in that.
What about a rapier? How much damage do you get with a rapier?
A rapier is 100 damage, and then it depends where you toggle it, because there'll be an extra, 200 if it's on right-click mode, and then they'll do the spell amp if it's on the spell amp mode.
Wait, you can toggle a rapier?
Yeah.
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 It was one of their new introductions.
What, is it a new thing then, yeah?
Relatively.
Yeah, last patch.
Okay,
they changed it because everyone was just buying it because it did
all the time. 25% spell amp and then 300 damage.
And the damage, and it was just too broken.
It was dumb.
Because you just buy it on everyone and you were like, oh, this is really, really good.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But attributes give him more than just damage. So if he gets all that strength from the 5-man RP, he'll also end up with an extra 1,100 health, which is more than you'd get from 4 vitality boosters.
4 vitality boosters.
He'll get
That's a lot of HP.
8.35 armor, which is only slightly less than a plate mail.
It's kind of alright.
He'll get an extra 50 attack speed, which is only 10 less than a hyperstone. He'll also get 600 mana and 2.5 mana regen.
That 2.5 mana regen for 15 seconds?
You'll get 37.5 mana for that 15 seconds.
Hell yes. That's what I want.
An extra 5% magic resist.
Wow.
It's a fucking good.
While they're all stunned.
While they're all stunned, so you're just fucking walloping. Well, it's a 15 seconds. So
yeah, true. Okay, so you have a little bit of time.
You got like that, like a 12-second window of it actually being relevant.
No, it's permanent. It's permanent stat changes.
Permanent.
It stacks. And it's
they need that. Heroes killed with RP gives permanent stats.
No, jeez.
Yes. Add this.
No.
I think every hero should have something that stacks. And Magnus scaling with his ult, beautiful.
I would like that for a lot of heroes, though. Is like
I think it would
permanent thing, like stat.
Because like there's games that I think it would stop like bullshit comebacks. Like when you stomp a game, you just can't push high ground for 40, 80 minutes.
But you can kill them over and over.
But you can kill them over and over again. Maybe your hero should get stronger than level 30 and get some scaling stuff.
Imagine they've got because Magnus is a really good high ground defense and they can't go high ground, and so he skewers everyone back to the fountain loads of times, and all of a sudden he's unstoppable.
Yeah, it's so satisfying when they're trying to be cheeky and dive you, and you go, "No, get in the fountain, mate. Get in the fucking fountain. You're dead." So funny, so funny. But yeah, Magnus, I love him. He's a good boy. Does a lot of disable. Get a refresher on him. Disable everyone until they're dead, essentially.
Yeah, you can also spam RP. And cancel it and make really annoying noises. And then when you do it by mistake, then you really feel like an when it goes off and you go, whoops.
Well, mate, there is actually a glitch. Where if you just spam R, you can cast the spell for free in demo hero mode with free spells on.
True.
Joe, you missed last week, Joe thought that Leshrac... You could
free mana cast.
There's like a weird loophole glitch, but he just had free spells on in demo.
I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be here.
Right.
So yeah, that's Magnus. Any questions? Any questions from chat? No chat here. Any questions from you guys? Here. Any strats you want to know?
Yeah, I've got a question.
Yeah,
I've got a question. The voice actor was played by Man in Basket in War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
What was the character's name, or was it just Man in Basket?
It was just Man in Basket, and that's actually what inspired Magnus as a hero. They took the voice actor, they looked at the roles, and they thought, Man in Basket. Basket's something you can carry around. Imagine a hero that could carry around other heroes, but maybe against their will. And they thought, we'll get a... If you look at the concept art for Magnus, you'll see there's one where instead of a horn, he has a massive basket.
Yeah.
And there's also one where he has a pair of scissors, and then one where he has a hamster bottle.
Yeah.
And then one where he has a giant pen. Yeah.
Well, that's an Arcana, isn't it?
Yeah, that is the Arcana. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. That's great then. That's what I needed.
Cool.
Good. Nice.
Yeah. Magnus. Is that our segue over to the pro bit?
Or I'm feeling so refreshed after.
Oh wow, that's quite a refreshing outlook on a hero.
So
it's refreshing that we finally went on a hero that one of us knows.
Nose.
Horn.
Horns.
But
on the nose, on the horn.
After that refreshing ability talk, are there any items, Ali, that a Magnus might want to... Fuck me.
I love this. This is great.
Magnus loves buying boots.
Magnus does love buying boots. And to be fair, it seems like if you have a Magnus player, you will always end up picking Magnus. That's essentially... Like, he's not the most picked hero by far. He's not like anything... Crazy.
He's in like 90% of my games, though.
Yes, he is in 90% of your games and of my games. But that's because you only play it. But in the pro teams, they will pick it pretty much only if they have a Magnus professional. Someone who knows how to do like the horn toss skewer backs like really well and all of that. So you said collapse, like he is the Magnus specialist. He won a TI off it, which was quite funny.
Collapse.
Because everyone was just laughing while he just skewered back and was laughing at himself because
so good.
That's what he did. He just was like, well, yeah, I'm going to take this guy, bring him so far out of position, and his carry would be like an empowered PA and one hit them. And he was like, yeah, this is just funny now because there's nothing they can do. I'm going to take them away.
Apparently Collapse is the best Magnus in Dota 2 history.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say there may have been one person before him who I would say is a better Magnus player, and that's the person who taught Collapse Magnus.
It's Joe Hickson, right here.
It was Joe Hickson. No, it was a guy called Arise, which he's a very old school player. Like if you've been in the Dota, like watched Dota for the last, I don't know how many years. It's so long ago, like 8+ plus years ago, maybe. He still plays Magnus to this day. He's like the Magnus spammer. And he was the one where apparently Collapse before TI went to him and asked him,
damn,
like, teach me Magnus.
What, and he wasn't in the TI? Or retired?
He's like a retired guy who was just helping him out.
Wait, what's his name? Sorry? Arise.
Arise.
He was kind of like playing like 2013 to like 2015, 16 mainly.
Yeah, he played a lot of Party Cube with like Sing Sing. That's how I knew him because I watched.
Did he play? Did he play Mag mid?
Yeah, he played Mag everywhere. No, he did it
just
everywhere.
Anywhere and everywhere.
He literally just picked Magnus, and that was like they had a Magnus on their team, and it was fantastic.
He's really, really old.
This was before Shards, Ags on Mag. Like this was just him skewering back boys really into RP, and like getting the practice of like turning and RPing. Then the heroes are on the opposite side,
because that is something you can do. If you start turning as you're casting your ult, you can whip people around. It's so satisfying,
and it's super nice. And Joe is very good at it because it's just like so nice to have freaking you turn them around for your carry to like go in.
You can move them so far with that as well. Because I think the RP is always bigger than you expect. And if you get clips on right on the edge of this AoE, you can whip them around so far. You slurp them up. It's super
good.
And then you get to carry the Empower and they get the kill.
Arise is 31 years old. So he's fucking ancient. in Dota terms.
In Dota terms, yeah.
But he doesn't play professional anymore. He doesn't play professional.
He won the United Tournament 2022.
Oh, damn. Okay, he is still going then. I haven't seen him in a
it's been a couple of years since then.
Okay. But Magnus is still getting played. He's just the specialist pick. So you need like a Collapse or your offlane like Whisper, El Whisper, which brings back the old chant.
Oh, Ari, Ari, da 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 da.
I forgot what
we go whisper, ba da ba 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 ba. Oh, Ari, Ari, ba da ba ba ba.
So Magnus is still great, fantastic. Mainly played in the off lane, but he's got a few games throughout all roles essentially.
Yeah, so someone say he is the best hero in Dota.
Could he carry Mag Pos 1?
There was a phase in Magnus's long career of being in Dota where he was a carry, and I used to play it.
You can look at the model alone and look how long that back is. He's built for carrying, really.
And that was when his agonyms was it reduced skewer to 4 seconds.
God.
So essentially, I still remember the build was you just max empower, farm an Ags as quickly as humanly possible, and you could reach every single camp.
I think wasn't there a point where the Ags was AoE Empower? Or am I imagining that?
I think that was a talent.
A talent which gave Empower as an aura. Yeah.
That was the talent. That was the talent.
When it first came out.
Yeah. It was because the skewer... Yeah, the skewer for 4 seconds just meant you could farm everywhere, and just like essentially at 20 minutes you were 6-slotted, and no one could ever like catch up with your farm. No. And they can't catch you because you are just skewering across the map like super fast. The map was small,
5 CMs a minute.
yeah, exactly. And you were just like, yep, hit both ancient camps, all lanes, like you had no worry about freaking doing.
And he's still so good for farming as well with Empower.
Yeah, it's still great for farming.
If you get someone that makes stacks for you, you get Empower up, you cleave through stuff. It's
still super good. Now with him being universal, you can buy more stats and it gives you more damage. So you can buy the harpoon, you can buy like BKB, and it's still
a really controversial pickup of a Sanjin Kaya.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
I will be honest, I haven't seen many of them pick up Sanjin Kaya.
It's because they don't get the shards. They don't get the shard, Ali. I'm telling you, the pros are sleeping on it, so it gets buffed.
That's true.
And then the Magnus players will be like, oh, you know what? Now this shard's been buffed yet again.
I just get 5 claymores and a plate mail.
Easy.
That is true. 5.
That's the build.
And you double your net worth when you land a 5-man RP.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, when they all stack up.
When they all walk into you. Yeah.
To be fair, in a Herald game, they probably would all stack up like immediately going high ground and you just get a 5-man. And then you just get a deadless and you just one-hit them.
I mean, honestly, Magnus is one of those heroes. In low brackets, he will dumpster a game. In higher brackets, he is harder to play. Like, you can get so easily counted on a Magnus. Anyone with a point target stun fucks you up. Or just standing apart.
Or positioning.
Yeah, just don't clump.
Positioning.
But you know, anytime they've got like a Magnus or an Enigma or something like that, and you all get caught in an ulti, and it's like, why were we all stuck together?
Yeah.
Like, you know this is going to happen. You know this is going to happen. And it does take for someone to say, don't stack for ulti.
Yeah, but then you all do because someone, then all you hear is stack.
Stack.
You don't hear the don't stack for
Stack,
ulti,
stack,
you
stack
just
up,
hear
stack up.
stack for ulti. So you
for
stack.
Stack them.
Yeah. And like also when you're going up these choke bits like of high ground, you kind of do have to clump. Unless you have a blink, but do you want to blink up high ground and commit yourself?
It's like one of those things.
Probably not.
Like if you send one lad up to not clump and they push, they'll get horn tossed back.
Yep.
But if you go multiple, you get RP'd. It's tricky.
Yeah, it's not
tricky.
It's not the best.
The thing that annoys me most when playing Magnus is playing against like someone like Rubik or anyone with a Yules, and they precast their stun on you. Because anything with an instant stun is the most annoying thing. So basically, if you click your stun on someone and then start walking towards them to cast it, and cancel it, start walking back, and you click them again and start walking towards them, this is like precasting. So it basically means you're going to have a window where you're running towards them to stun them. And if they blink into RP, you will instantly stun them. This happens so many times when I'm playing against good Rubik players, where I'm about to go in and blink RP everyone, and I blink in and I'm instantly in the air from the Rubik stun. And it's so annoying. And the other thing is like the ult is like, it doesn't go off instantly. It's quick. It's 0.3 seconds to go off, but it's still, you can still react in time for that, to be honest. There's still a chance to stun him.
Easy.
So.
Yeah, that lad last week was on you by the end of it. He just had it ready, precast, ready to go.
Yeah, just saw him waddling back and forth in like high ground. I'm like, okay, well, now that we got vision, I can see his precast. I was like, is he hacking? Because he's so good at this.
Yeah,
it's like he maybe has a script on to like insta Yules, insta stun. No, he was just a god gamer. He was just so good.
God gamer alert! God gamer alert!
Yep, pretty much. Now the fun bit. Well, I think most of us can guess who has the most games.
Guilty.
It's
yeah,
Dav.
definite
It's Dav. It's Dav with the most games.
How many games though do you think Joe's got?
Well, I know, but does Joe know how many games he's got? And do you know your win rates?
I know my win rate-ish.
We went over it last week. I've forgotten already.
Yeah, I know. We literally said this. And my win rate. So, what's yours, Joe?
I think it's like 56.
Okay.
And I think I have over 500 games. Maybe.
Over 500?
Around 500, maybe. He's my second. I know he's my second most played hero after Tusk. I know that much. But I think Ali might actually have the highest win rate, and Dav definitely has the lowest of both.
Yeah. Yep.
Dav?
I reckon Joe's got like 500 games and a 61% win rate.
Okay.
And then I reckon I've got the lower. I've got no game. I've got like 6 games. And
You've got 6 games from the All Hero Challenge.
I've got like a 12.5% win rate or something like that.
Okay, I'll start with Joe. Joe has 429 games.
Okay,
so not bad.
Getting close to 500.
Pretty close. And Joe is spot on. 56% win rate. 56.41%.
You can't hear it, but I'm trying to snap my hands.
Yep. He knows it. He's on it. He looks at it regularly. He knows the mag win rate. It's great. Dav has 4 games on mag.
What did I say? 5?
You said 6. You were close.
Is it a 25% win rate?
No. 50% win rate.
Even Stevens!
Even Stevens.
Even Stevens!
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm actually rather confused of which one was the all-hero challenge. And
Must be the most recent ones. It must have been one pre-all-hero challenge and then, I don't know.
yeah.
Did we run into, I don't know, maybe, and then maybe like a single draft?
I think you played,
Yeah.
you definitely played Magnus pre-all-hero challenge when we used to not do all-hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then Ali.
I have 76 games with a 48% win rate.
Fuck, dude.
Oh, less than...
And, okay.
Don't trust Ali with a big old stun ult.
Yep.
Fuck.
All my...
That's why it's because you know what, Ali? It's because you're relying on the right click of the mag. If
Yeah,
you start
it is.
get that shockwave up, I'm telling you, that's where the win rate's at.
Yeah.
It is very much my mag win rate. Actually, I played a lot of mag very early on, and then my win rate goes suddenly up when it like goes to the right click build. Because I think I'm looking at my stats now, just trying to justify it to myself. I was buying like 4 staff and blink. I was losing a lot because I was trying to go mobility.
But you're right.
And then I transitioned into getting a Daedalus.
You went into your own strengths.
And just building big damage items.
Ali
And
right
it seemed
click.
to have worked. That's how I need to play Magnus. Just buy damage. That is the
Nice.
way to play. No, right,
So-
it's not. Just follow Joe's guides.
Follow Joe's guide.
He'll do a guide.
Just get fucking blink
is this
and
the
refresher.
pressure on now. I got to do a Magnus guide.
Just get blink, refresher. Everything else is fine, right?
You can do
Get
a Pyrion Flax, Joe Hickson guide to Magnus.
Oh, with some MS Paint drawings.
Yeah, with MS Paint.
Maybe I
drawings.
could. Maybe I could.
Love it. Love it.
So what are we
What do you
saying
think-
then?
Mate, okay, just a disclaimer. Last week I said swipe left is yes.
Yeah, you got that
swipe
wrong.
right.
Yeah.
I think I've been saying it for ages.
No.
But
No, you
Swipe-
haven't.
swipe right.
You've been right all this time. You just messed up last week. You've always been right. I don't know what happened last week. I let it slide. I noticed it.
Oh,
But I
swipe
thought-
right means.
I
yeah,
thought
swipe
maybe
right.
he's comment baiting. Maybe this is intentional, so I let it slide.
No. I
It's
guess
like when
been
you leave a
so
typo
long.
in somewhere just to make people comment, oh, you spelt this wrong. And you go, "No, thanks for the engagement.
Yeah,
That's what we do with anything we get wrong in this podcast. It's engagement bait. But no, all our facts are hard researched and we get everything correct the first time.
Okay, swipe up or swipe down.
Swipe.
I'm swiping up, down. I'm down for the horn. Yeah, I'm
Shake it round
swiping
and
up to go down on the horn.
Yeah, you want to go down on mag. Cool.
Yeah.
Up only if it's played by Joe. There you go. I will not be playing it. Up only if it's Joe playing it. No one else. I don't trust anyone else.
Down.
And it's a pass for me.
Fair.
It's a ban.
You
It's
don't
down.
You don't like
It's a
him.
left. No, it's just I've like when I'm playing with Joe, great, but most of my games are solo ranked Herald games, and just no one can play Magnus. Just fucking play Ogre, play anyone, play Bristleback. Just play Bristleback. Don't play Magnus because it's just shit, and it does end up fucking you over as well. Like you said.
Yeah, I'll end up skewering the whole team out of black hole.
Yeah, exactly, Joe. Exactly. I remember.
I did that.
never-
That was me. Dav landed the
never
perfect black hole. I skewed everyone out of it. But that about does us for this week before we get into that conversation. Thank you, everyone, for listening. If you're on YouTube, leave us a comment on whether you're smashing or passing mag, whether you're swiping, you're swapping,
You're kissing, you're pushing away, you're snogging, you're marrying, you're avoiding.
And other than that, we'll catch you next week. Bye.
Nice. Bye.
Bye. Bye. See you. Cheerio.